standing for a moment of silent meditation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Mount Carmel area, and welcome back to this edition of MCA Live. I'm Alexis O'Donnell, and here's today's announcements. Today's day 3. Tickets are still on sale for the 103rd Annual Football Banquet. The banquet will be held on Sunday, February 6th at 1 p.m. At the Brady Fire Company Hall. You can purchase your tickets in the high school athletic office between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Cost is $25 per person. Students on the track and field team are selling whoopie pies for $2.50. See any member of the track team to order. Any student in grade 7 or 8 interested in playing softball for Our Lady of Lourdes can do so by stopping in the athletic office. Now here's Lexi with today's news.
While temperatures were below freezing last Friday night, about 100 crates of monkeys were scattered across a road in Montour County. This was caused by a collision between a dump truck and a trailer that was carrying the monkeys. Some were set loose after the crash, and all of them have been accounted for. On Tuesday, administrators of the SAT exam announced that the test will be moving from a paper-pencil exam to a digital format. They believe that the shift will boost its relevance as more colleges make standardized tests optional for admission. Personal laptops and computers will be allowed to be used by test takers in school or at a monitored testing site. This change is scheduled to be launched next year internationally and in 2024 for the U.S. The new format is said to be easier to take, easier to give, and more relevant. President Joe Biden has recently put 8,500 troops on alert for deployment to Europe because of a possible Russian military move to Ukraine. These troops will not be put to use unless the NATO alliance, Russia, decides to take further action and invade Ukraine. After a ship capsized on Saturday night off the Florida coast, U.S. Coast Guard officials have been searching for 39 people who are feared to be missing. 3 days after the wreck, fishermen spotted a man clinging to the hull of a boat 45 miles from Fort Pierce. The survivor said the group had hit foul weather after setting off onto their trip to the Bahamas. The search has now been suspended. Amy Schneider's reign of Jeopardy has recently come to an end. After 40 consecutive wins and nearly $1.4 million in prize money, a Chicago librarian beat her and took over her title. Schneider's success put her in the ranks of the show's all-time greats. A visible symbol of achievement for often marginalized people was made because she was a transgender woman. She quotes, "It's something that I'm going to be remembered for, and that's pretty great." We'll be right back with Katie in Sports.
Last night, the boys' varsity basketball team played Annville Cleona. The game started off close, but the Red Tornadoes pulled ahead in the second quarter. They outscored Anvil Cleona 17-10. They were able to maintain their lead far for the remainder of the game. The final score was 53-32. Leading scorers were Pedro Feliciano and Damon Maluski with 11 points each. Saturday in sports, the varsity boys basketball will travel to Southern Columbia tomorrow afternoon. JV will play first and varsity will follow. Varsity girls basketball will also travel to Southern Columbia. The JV game will start at 6 p.m. with varsity following. On Sunday, varsity girls basketball will host Mahanoy area. The JV game will tip off at 12 noon with varsity following. That's all for sports. Back to Alexis at the news desk.
Thanks, Katie. Have you ever wanted to live on water? Well, a new neighborhood in Amsterdam, Netherlands proves that that's possible. Houseboats already exist, but these homes are not boats, and they cannot move on water. They simply float on top. This new community is the first of its kind and contains 46 floating houses and 150 residents. The houses are all connected and share energy, and they are powered by solar panels. Rooftop gardens and saving rainwater for flushing toilets. This makes the houses very environmentally friendly. Would you ever consider living in a floating house? If sea levels continue to rise and 800 million people living on the coast, this may be their future. And finally, today's lunch is going to be buffalo chicken and pinwheel, cheeseburgers, steamed mixed vegetables, and diced peaches. That's all for today. Good luck to the cheerleaders at the state competition, and have a great weekend, MCA.